Hey there guys, Martin here again. I hope you all had a good weekend, and I want to thank you again for the feedback from the last video. I think it went a little bit better when it comes to the delivery this time, and it's also pretty cool that there were some Swedes in the comments. I did not expect that, so hey puer! Now in this video we are going to have a look at both Ethereum and Dash, so let's dive right into it here. Here's Ethereum against the US dollar, and we still have no change, so a directional change here. You can see we are clearly trading in a negative trading channel ever since back here in basically from May. And yeah, what am I waiting for here? Basically I want a breakout to the upside, and we can draw a trend line right here. This one has not been broken, so that would be the first sign. But when it comes to the lower trend line here, this descending trend line, there is still room for more negative action here. So if we were to touch down here at the bottom of this trend line, that would right now be around $160. And we are at the moment trading at 181. So don't be surprised if we were to fall a little bit further here. And when I'm looking at a more longer lasting breakout to the upside, then I would like to have a daily close above 300. That is this area up here. So it's a little bit of a journey up there, of course. So still in a very negative mode here. Also there is still a potential here for a divergence, and when I'm talking about the divergence is the wave trend down here. So you see the low here is still above the last low we had in August. But of course, if this thing will occur, we need a directional change, and I'm not believing in that before we get a green Heikin-Ashi, a daily green candlestick, nor a trend line breakout from especially this trend line right here. So still no sign of a move to the upside, but let's also look at Ethereum against Bitcoin. So here it is, and I'll tell you what, doesn't look that much better against Bitcoin either, so perhaps even more negative. But here's the trend line, and when we are looking at the downside potential here, we might head down all the way to that would be 0.023 Bitcoin over here. So we are at the moment hovering around 0.03 Bitcoin. So that is a round number, but I'm not particularly optimistic here. But fortunately, there are some positive signs out there, and I'm not talking about Ethereum here, but Dash has been doing surprisingly well here in the last couple of weeks. So let's have a look at Dash. And here's the daily Heikin-Ashi. And if we look at the last 2 weeks here, we've been basically going from 140 all the way up to 220. And we are at the moment hovering around 185. And the Heikin-Ashi is still green actually, even though Dash is down 8%. But today is not a good day for altcoins. As I mentioned, Dash is down actually 8% now. But here's the good thing. We still have a bullish formation here, potentially forming. So you see this lower trend line right here. And then we have this upper trend line here. So if we can hold this lower trend line, and the best case scenario would be a breakout above this trend line, that would be above 205, a daily close above that price level. On the other hand, when it comes to the downside here, I do not want the daily close below 180, and especially not below 170, which is the lower trend line here. And if we're looking at an entry point to go long here, then we would definitely need another green Heikin-Ashi, because if this will continue, we will get a red Heikin-Ashi tomorrow. So let's have a look here at the 8-hour short, because I want to show you some interesting details here. What happened just the last 16 hours. So let's look at that. So here we have the 8-hour Heikin-Ashi, and we can clearly see here that the last two Heikin-Ashi candlesticks right here broke down. So we lost this trend line right here. So I would not get in at this time here. The next support to the downside here, that is 176. That's down here, this fib level here. And what I would like to see here is a green Heikin-Ashi if we were to have a close above 188 or so. And also the volume is pretty low here. It's preferable here to get a green volume bar above the average. The average is yellow line here. Because if that would occur, let's say we had a green Heikin-Ashi later tomorrow or something, and nice volume bar here, that could be a sign to get in and hopefully shoot up to the upside. But finally, the momentum is clearly bearish overall when I'm talking about cryptos. The only crypto doing, not super bad today is Bitcoin. It's only down about 1% right now. And as you all know, Bitcoin is the locomotive in cryptos. So when it comes to trading cryptos, you should never forget that Bitcoin is the big guy running this train. And so basically that is the overview here for Dash and Ethereum. So what do you guys think here? Is there still any hope here for cryptos in the near term? Or do you also think that it does look pretty bearish? Give me your thoughts and have a good one. Bye.